Yep. What's up, duelists? It's time. It's time for a little deck doctor. Allow me to share that I am live. And then we will be underway. Then we shall be underway. It's lit. What's up, Scissor? How you doing? We've got Deck Doctor. Doctor in the house. Doctor House? Is that a play on words? I don't even know. Just got home from Pride. Hype. Here for the GB hate. Someone will submit a GB deck list. And I will have to doctor it. That is the only way it can be done. I just got 2 copies of a Speed Duel Totem Dragon, and they look pretty nice. They're very glossy. And I also got some non-foil Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons. What's up, Isusul? Good morning, duelist. We're here with Deck Doctor. That would be me. Dr. Deck, perhaps, even? But definitely Deck Doctor. They were out of my sleeves at the sleeve store, and that really bothers me. Because the sleeves they were out of are the sleeves that I have all of my cards in. And they're a very common sleeve. So the fact that they were sold out is frustrating. What's up, Ungo? Today's Deck Doctor time. People will send me their decks, and I will doctor them. I will doctor them. That's how it's going to work. It's Deck Doctor time. Late night Deck Doctor action. I will fix everyone's deck. What's up, duelists? So if you want to send me decks, DM me on Dueling Book so I can receive those decks, because the chat will not allow you to post links, as far as I know. Have I watched DDV7? No, I have not. What's up, Hayden? How's it going? It's lit. After a long day of work, hard work. You have several decks. DM me on Dueling Book. A stream like a day keeps the doctor from FTK. That's Sevilla, you should be a poet. I would buy your poetry book. Deck Doctor time. Brutal. Alright, Ungo and Wig Splitter have both submitted a deck. Let's take a look at both. We are deck doctoring. Okay, so the first deck we are doctoring is from Ungo, I think. This is just Hero Frogs. Okay. Next deck we are deck doctoring is Fishborg Frogs. I don't know. What? Alright, what do you guys need help with here? What do you guys need help with? Is this Ungo or is this Wig Splitter? Who sent this one? What do you need help with? I don't really know what you would need help with here. Yeah. Frug. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, this one, the obvious thing is to just cut the random bullshit and, like, add actually good cards. So, like, cut Morays, cut Lightning Vortex, cut United We Stand, cut Ceasefire, cut Mobius, and then just add good cards instead. That's what I would do. Oh, probably cut Cold Wave, too. Cold Wave is not very good with Avarice and Salvage and Moray of Greed. It seems kind of pointless. Also, Cold Wave is not very good if your point is to try and combo with Armor Colossal, because Cold Wave makes it so you don't burn with Armory Arm because it becomes a spell and trap and it can't activate. This deck looks like... I don't really understand why these cards are in the deck. I don't really know why Ceasefire's in this deck. That's something I just don't understand. Is it just to dome someone for 2,000? Isn't that just better off as a Ryza? Like, am I missing the point on this card? I don't really like Ceasefire in this deck. United We Stand, I can kind of understand because you go wide. So it's like an OTK combo card. I can kind of get behind it. Cold Wave, I don't really get behind in this deck. Lightning Vortex, I don't really get behind in this deck. I don't really see the point of Lightning Vortex. Is this for the mirror? I don't even think this card is good in the mirror because you just pop 2 Dupe Frogs and they just rebuild. So I don't think this card is that good. I think like Book of Moon is probably stronger, or like Compulse or something. I think you need 3 Avarice in these types of decks. It's the best card. I also think like Upstart Goblin or like Legacy of Yada is a way to just like guarantee substitute a little bit more consistently. It's probably good. All right, we got another submission. Voss. Stratos Air Blades with Water Engine. Is that just Hero Frogs? Okay, the deck is 44 cards, so I would immediately cut it down to 40 if possible. Cards I would cut, probably... There's a lot I would cut here. There's a lot I would cut. What is my name on DB? Fake fan, Hayden. Fake fan. Fake fan. Okay, like, I just don't see why you need 2 Ocean. Like, this deck can't defend the second. Just play 1 Ocean. I don't really know what this is for. What is this? Is this a water trade-in target? Or is it a special summon card by attributing 2 water monsters? Okay, so it's a 2,500 special summon. I just don't get it. Like, what does this do? Like, what are you ever attributing to summon this? Is it like Treeborn plus another water monster and you're just like leveling them up? It's like basically an Axe of Despair if you think about it. Because like, if I'm sacking my Ocean to summon Ice Master, then I'm just playing an Axe of Despair that I can pitch to trade in. I guess there's some merit to that, but like, let's do once per turn you can place 1 ice counter on target. You can tribute this card, destroy all monsters with ice counters. I don't really know what I mean, maybe this card is cool. Maybe just leave it. I would definitely cut an Ocean though. You have no way to defend it. It seems kind of bad. Yeah. Actually not playing Prisma in this is pretty bad too. Like Elemental Hero Prisma. So something that a lot of people don't know is that these Dogma and Plasma cards, when you go to Synchro into this guy or Fusion into this guy, you can't use King of the Swamp. You have to use their exact names. So that's why Prisma is important, because it can copy their exact names. Phantom of Chaos to some degree, but Phantom banishes it from the graveyard, which is not great. So, like, is a trade-in and a Moray target? Yeah, but, like, at the same time, you don't need these Morays in your deck. You can just cut them. Like, you just play this deck without the Morays. In fact, I don't even know why they're in here. Moray is functionally just an Upstart Goblin, but if you're playing 44 cards, then why do you need the Upstart Goblin? Right? So, like, to get your deck to do what it wants to do, because I'm assuming what this deck wants to do is just spam fusions, right? That's what you want to do. So, let's download this one. This one we can actually do some significant doctoring. Deck Doctor Voss. So let's start over. Let's start over. All right, Hayden has sent us one too. We'll get to that eventually. But we're gonna start over with this one. We're gonna come at it from a different angle. Okay, import deck, whatever. So this is a common deck building thing where people are like, they add bricks to unbrick their deck. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, right? Hold up, we gotta find the file. Give me 1 second, folks. Just go to desktop, and there it is. Okay, cool. How do you submit a deck list? DM me on Dueling Book. It's explosive as fuck. You can go 20 cards deep immediately. I don't know about that. I don't see how you're going 20 cards deep immediately. But I can kind of see maybe 10 cards deep immediately. You lost. Yes, I had gathered as much. So what we're going to do is we're going to test hand your deck first. And then I'm going to see... So like drawing 20 cards doesn't really matter if what you're drawing to isn't consistent. You know what I mean? All right, we've received another DM from Wig Splitter. No, we're not doing more than one from one per person. All right, we have 1 billion stacked up already. All right, so this hand has Stratos, which is pretty good. Hidden 1 per person. All right, so unless you pay me money. If you pay me money, I will look at multiple. I think that's a good set off. Okay, so what does this hand do? This hand fuses. This hand makes absolute 0, right? So Stratos activates, searches for... What do you even get here? It's probably like a trade-in target, right? Like either Plasma or Dogma. Or you can get Malicious. Malicious so you can poly it away. Okay. Then you go poly, Malicious, probably Bubble Man, because you can always get another one. Just make an absolute 0 turn 1. Okay, we got another DM from Ryanide. Okay, Ryanide's hooked us up with a deck list. Okay, so you start off with absolute 0 at -1. Let's say they just kill your Stratos, whatever, set it back row. Draw for turn. Is Miracle. Okay, that's pretty good. And we got the Mally. So we could overcommit and make a synchro. I still just don't see... I'm missing something here. How does this play into back row? It just doesn't, right? We have Heavy Storm, and that's it. Salvage and Avarice. Okay, Heavy Storm is the initial, it's preemptive, and then we have Avarice and Salvage. Okay. Let's just reset the deck and see another hand. Let me get a good volume of the hands to see what the deck is trying to do. So this hand, how does this hand play into back row? This hand is a lot worse than the first hand. Like, measurably. Yeah, this hand doesn't seem very good at all. If we had Prisma, we could go Prisma send Ocean. So I think that that's like easily the first change I would make is play Prisma. So let's take a look at this hand. This hand has Salvage plus King Diva, which is interesting. But we don't have Hero. But it does have Moray to give us a redraw. But let's just say Moray isn't even in our deck. Let's just say we cut the Morays. And we're 1 card deeper to Ocean. That seems pretty good. So let's say, for the sake of consistency, we just cut all 3 Morays. And we cut an Ocean. And we play a Prisma. And we cut a Treeborn Frog, because there's really no point in Treeborn Frog being in this deck. And yeah, okay, so this is much more consistent, because we have 40 cards. And we have the Prisma, who can turn on multiple hands with Eco. Making space for staples? Oh, that's very easy. That's very easy. I would cut this card, honestly. I don't think it's very good. And then you could add like a Trunade. Yeah, back row seems like a problem. It seems like a big problem. Like, I was looking at the hand, I'm like, I don't know how you ever play into back row with this. King of the Swamp by nature is pretty poor into back row. I would actually cut a Polymerization. I don't think you need 3. I think 2 is perfectly fine. And I'll play the Typhoon in the main. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so this is like your ways to fuse, and these are like your ways to dig. I'm not really sure about salvage, but I'll let you cook a bit with it. I'm not even really sure about Gilman, but I'll let you cook with it. No Woodsman. We actually need to add Terra Firma. Also, with Cyber Dragon, you really only need 1 Chimera Tech, because if you ever resolve it once, you just win. Extra deck looks about right. Dragoon is based. If you can summon it. The Diva stuff is interesting. I'm not sold on it. But it's definitely interesting. Like, it's high ceiling stuff. Look at this hand. This is a very good hand. This hand looks good. We got the Trunade to make sure we can play into back row. We got actually Stratos into Prisma into whatever we need. Probably start with E-Call. Get Stratos. Get Dogma because he's worse. And we pitch him. It's a trade-in. Like, what are we even trying to draw here with trade-in? I'm not even really seeing the point of trade-in in this deck. I don't really even know what we're trying to draw into. Salvage, I guess? Avarice, I guess? Like, what are we trying to draw into? Is it just Polymerization? That hand was good, though. Also, Brain Control. Kind of curious about Brain Control. It works with Diva. This hand is interesting. This hand gets us to turn 1 Dragoon. So this gets Plasma. This gets Poly. And that makes Dragoon. That's fine. But then your Dragoon gets Caiused and your hand is nothing. It's like Bubble Man. Like, what is the Brain Control doing here? That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking actually is, let's move Brain Control to the side. Let's get more key pieces here. Are we trying to summon Dragoon? What are we trying to do? What is this deck trying to do? There's a card called Fusion Recovery, which I think is actually really good here. I think this could be a key piece in this deck. I think this might even be better than Salvage. I think Salvage is just fucking terrible. Like, why do I want an Ocean in my hand? You know what I mean? Why do I want a Bubble Man in my hand? I actually think we could even cut a Bubble Man. I don't really see the point in having 2. They kind of clog. You draw them. They don't really do anything. I'm more of the camp of like Fusion Recovery, Polymer, and then we'll max Polymerization now. Now we're cooking. Because now you have like this to respam your fusions. It might even be better than Avarice. And then the cool thing about this is this can add back Plasma or Dogma for trade-in. So it can add back 8 stars to fuel your draw engine. Whereas Salvage doesn't fuel your draw engine. It just gets you back like Bubble Man and Ocean, which don't do anything. Utilize Stratos as much as possible. This deck would not have used Stratos more than once. You know what I mean? This deck would not have used Stratos more than once. Like, you activate Stratos, how are you ever getting it back? Salvage doesn't add it back. It's only return, right? That's the only way to get back Stratos. So this is not really a Stratos spam deck. This is just a use Stratos once to unlock your engine deck. But now with Fusion Recovery, you can actually spam Stratos. So like you can go Stratos and then you can fuse it away and then you can Fusion Recovery, add back the Stratos. That seems pretty strong to me. I actually like that a lot more than I like playing Salvage. I think that that could be a lot more useful. So let's go see how that looks. The problem with Fusion Recovery is it like probably requires you to play a Fusion Sage, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this hand is great. This hand's hella good. Probably trade him first. Draw 2. Oh my gosh, there's King of the Swamp. This hand's fucking crazy. Allure, draw 2. Banish Rally. We got Stratos, we got turn 1 guy. This Bubble Man, I don't know what the fuck this card is doing in the deck. This card just doesn't do anything in this deck. I think we should just cut this entirely. I don't see the point of this. It like maybe works with the Diva stuff, but like you don't need that. You don't need that. Let's just cut the Bubble Man entirely. Let's add another Fusion Recovery. See this is what I'm talking about. This is cooking. Hold up. So you got your hero boys. And then Avarice I'm not really sold on. Avarice could maybe be something else. How do you submit decks? DM me on Dueling Book. HBR Shredder has sent me a deck. Okay. Cool, we'll look at that in a minute. But yeah, I think going this route could be really interesting. And then Fusion Recovery can add back anything. It could add back Diva, it could add back Prisma, it could add back Stratos. It could add back either of these 8 stars to use for trade-in. And then it can also get you like more polymerization uses. Now I'm not sure if Diva and Mally are right in this deck, but they seem kind of cool. So I'm like down to leave them in. I'm also not 100% sold on Return because Return really only works with Miracle Fusion. And most of the time with Miracle Fusion, you're like probably banishing like a Dogma. So it's like you're only bringing back one thing. Don't really love Return here. I actually think Return could get taken out. I think instead of Return, you could play like an Eradicator or something like that. Or like a Decree. Maybe even like a 1 of Iron Wall. Just like something that makes it so your fusion guys stick around. I think the Iron Wall is interesting, but it shuts off Miracle Fusion, unfortunately. Bubbleman and Ocean were simply searchable Moray targets. Yeah, I don't think Moray is what you need. I think you need to focus on what is my deck trying to do? What is the goal? And the goal is to spam fusions, right? Like that's the goal, is to spam fusions and spam Stratos. Okay, so that's the goal. So how do we get to Stratos as quickly as possible? Well, we probably add a Summoner Monk as well. I think Summoner Monk actually really boosts this deck a lot. Because Summoner Monk is basically your 7th copy of Stratos. And then when it isn't Stratos, it can get you like Prisma, which is pretty strong too. And it can also make use of like dead fusion recoveries, dead shit like this. Like if you draw cards that are dead, then Summoner Monk can convert them. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. That seems good to me. All right, let's try this. Let's see how this looks. Like if this is the goal of your deck, let's just expedite that goal. Let's expedite that plan. And then you get a much more consistent looking deck. Like look at this hand. This hand does what your other deck did, but without all that like Moray nonsense. Without all that like maybe I'm going to draw double Bubble Man shit. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm going to run into these Brick on the Ice Queen type thing. Like look at this hand. This hand's fucking crazy. Look at this. You just go E-Call, Stratos, get whatever you want. Oh, probably Plasma. Boom. Add Plasma. And then the world is your oyster. You can make 0 Destiny and Dragoon at like here you can go like, okay, Poly, Stratos, and King of the Swamp. Make absolute 0. Then Fusion Recovery, add this back and the Stratos back. Now we have Stratos for next turn for follow-up. And then we go Polymerization. And we make Destiny End too. If we want to. Or we could save that for later. And now we have Destiny End Absolute 0 turn 1. Which was the end goal of your last deck. And then you've got Stratos again for follow-up as well. So you actually have a strong summon next turn as well. This can either pop back row or it can search stuff. And then if your opponent wants to deal with your board, they're going to have to beat both Absolute Zero and Destiny and Dragoon. And Destiny and Dragoon is really hard to deal with once it gets going. So they'll have to commit a lot into the Absolute Zero, like Caius or something, to deal with the Destiny end. And then the Absolute Zero will play really well into it. So positionally, I think this is just better. But that being said, I don't know if this is exactly what you had in mind. But like, so this hand sucks because we drew double Mali and we drew both of our bricks. But we still have E-Call for Stratos or E-Call for Prisma, which is pretty good. So we can, I'm not sure if Prisma would be what you get here. But Prisma can send Ocean and that can instantly make your Miracle Fusion live. That being said, because you have Diva already, I don't think you need that. So you can just go Stratos for Prisma, I think. Yeah, it's probably just Stratos for Prisma. The Diva and the Mali stuff is not like lining up for me. But there's Miracle Fusion. Let's say this guy died. You can go Diva. Then you can at least Miracle, which is pretty good. Or you can go Prisma even. You can go Prisma, send Ocean, and then Miracle, banish the Stratos and the Ocean. That's pretty good. I just think there's a lot of like issues with Malicious in this deck where you're going to draw into it. And you don't really have a lot of ways to get out of your hand besides the one of Destiny draw. I guess Polymerization. Yeah, this is awkward. Allure with no darks. The Gilman is not great. Yeah, this is a brick hand. But if you look at this hand, like Moray of Greed would not have fixed this hand. Like if this Fusion Recovery was a Moray of Greed, like these were all cards that were in your deck. Except, what was Typhoon? I guess Typhoon was Bubble Man? Maybe it would have. Yeah, maybe it would have here. If we cut Typhoon for like another Enabler. I'm not sure what the Enabler would have to be though. Maybe the monster count is a little low now. Okay, let's say we cut Typhoon for another monster. What's another monster? I don't know. Maybe it's just another Prisma. Who fucking knows? I think Prisma is like the easiest way to like unlock your deck. When I play these types of decks, I usually play 3 of it, but 2 is fine too, I guess. All right, DM. Oh, hey, Cabal TV, what's up? I didn't know it was you. All right, we got your deck. All right, so that's what my suggestion would be. Try to identify what your deck does. Diamond Dude could be good too. Yeah, you could play a 1-of Diamond Dude. Actually, Diamond Dude seems really good. Yeah, Diamond Dude seems really good. That's a great call. Whoever suggested that, that's a great call. Would Prodigy work? I don't know what for, but maybe. Maybe that Avarice could get cut too. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But I think Diamond Dude is a great call because it has a lot of hits and it's a dark for Allure that you can search off Rhoda. And it's it improves your Allure, basically. Deck seems good. Deck seems good. I think like with this style of deck, you're going to inherently run into a lot of brick hands. But I think focusing on the hands where you do start Stratos, Fusion Recovery is the best card. So it improves your game plan, I guess. All right, next deck. Where were we? This one we looked at already. I basically said cut all the bullshit. Maybe keep the United We Stand, but like focus on like compulsory. How do you submit a deck? DM me on Dueling Book. This one we looked at already. This just looks like Hero Frogs with 3 upstarts. I don't know what to tell you. This deck has been tested a ton by a bunch of other people, and by me. And I just, like, yeah, upstart's going to make your deck more consistent. But you also have to cut real cards to play them. So are you cutting into stuff that matters? I don't know. Having triple Ryza is nice. I actually think 6 Monarchs is really good. I also think double Enemy Control is really good. I think this is like one of the best cards in the deck. At least game 1. Yeah. I just don't know. It's probably fine. It's probably decent. The deck looks solid. This is a 60 card deck. Who submitted this one? This deck looks horribly inconsistent. Like 60 cards, you have 3 Miracle Fusions with like what, 5 heroes in 60 cards? Like, what if you just don't see a hero, but you draw multiple Miracle Fusions? That's going to happen a lot. I guess Instant Fusion counts as a hero. Okay. Yeah, this just looks like a mess. I don't see the point in playing this. Like, you're going to get so many awkward hands where you just have, like, Pyramid Turtle dupe lock. Like, what the fuck? You don't want a Battle Recruiter with the dupe lock. That just doesn't make sense. How are they ever going to kill your guy by battle? You feel me? I don't... Cute. It's cute, but we're not doctoring it. We already did this one. Alright, moving on. Oh, interesting. Ancient gear. This list looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Hold up. This just looks clean. We're gonna look at that in a second, but people have DM'd me, so I'm gonna pop out their decks real quick. Hold up. Who submitted this one? Is this Ryanide who submitted this one? This deck looks good. I would probably play this. It just looks good. People are like, why Gaia Power? Gaia Power is so that Ancient Gear Gajiltron Dragon goes to 3,400 or 3,500. It's actually a key number because it allows you to attack over Sirocco plus Kalut, or it allows you to attack over Shura plus Kalut. And in certain other weird situations, going over 3,000 is pretty good as well. But it just helps you go for game. Like, when you have Gear Frame Double Fortress, I believe it's game with Gaia Power. So there's like some stuff there. This deck looks good. I would play this. I think the only things that look like they could possibly brick are multiple duplications, maybe the Gores. Those are the only things that look like they could brick. But the power of opening duplication plus Peacekeeper or duplication plus Cyber Valley is really, really key. So, would you ever play Galgiltron? Why would you ever play Galgiltron? You only need two. You should play Golem instead of the third. No, the third actually comes up. There are actually multiple times where you pop all 3 Gear Town and you summon 3 and you attack for game. That actually does come up. And then on top of that, Ancient Gear Golem can't be special summoned, so you can't bring it out with Gear Town. So why it just doesn't work. Also, you get into situations where one of them gets bottomless and you need 2. That definitely comes up. I think this is a very good deck. I'm trying to think of like if there are random 1-ups or something that would be better than playing Gores or better than playing like the third duplication. Like, I wonder if you could get away with playing this deck with 2 duplication, no Gores, and like, or maybe you would still play Gores, but you would play like Gold Sark. I mean, you could Gold Sark for stuff, but I don't know if that's better. Beast inside could be Doomcow. No, Beast is better. For sure, Beast is better. The stat line is better. And you can pitch it to Fortress, which I had come up a lot when I was playing the Doomcow list. Yeah, this list looks good. I think, like, maybe... Yeah, Mind Control is another one. I guess it combos with Valley, but it only combos with Valley. See, that's kind of tricky, especially if you go, like, Machine Dupe, Valley, turn 1, and then you, like, later find Mind Control and it's just dead. And hope you go for game, but I don't know if it's necessary. Trap Sun's in the deck for game? Maybe. Like, I think you just want, like, Gold Sark. Yeah, I think it'd be like Gold Sark. Because Gold Sark can find you, well, anything. But I don't know. I also don't know how good Triple Compulse, Triple Regeki Break is, but it's probably good. My sub count has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's based. Someone ruin it. Keck. Alright, moving on. That deck looked good, though. This deck only has 13 sideboard cards. This is a skill drain vanilla deck list with all Beast Warriors with Solidarity. Huh. Let me think. Let me cook. Okay. Problems. Heart of the Underdog is good, but you never want to draw multiples. What does this card do? This card seems terrible. This is like worse than Smashing Ground. Because it can only hit special summon monsters. That seems pretty bad. Dark Factory is probably the key to this deck. I would probably max that out. I'd definitely play 3. Yeah, I don't think you want Road. I think you want Oppression, and I think you want Bribe. Because you want to be able to stop, like, Typhoon and shit, too. Well, like, obviously you want, like, 1 road. Or 2 roads. Maybe 2 roads is fine. There's a way you could build this deck that it wouldn't suck. I believe that, actually. There's definitely a way. Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. Yeah. Grave would be like, as a 3rd skill drain, get a Grave of the Super Ancient in here. It's not as good as... Well, it doesn't stop Caius, but it stops everything else. It stops like all the synchros, everything. Yeah. I think Grave is a 3rd skill drain. Just a 1-of Grave. Is it 0, double Oppression, and Solemn? Oh, absolutely Solemn. Yeah, Solemn. I totally didn't even notice there wasn't a Solemn in here. It's a rough draft. Yeah, clearly. But yeah, so I'd say the big changes here are monsters look fine. This card is uniquely terrible. But once it has started battle, this monster attacks fiercely and cannot stop. So I'm kind of on board with the vibes. I think you could get away with like cutting Faustian Bargain entirely. Or citing it. Playing Solemn. You could play Gladiator Proving Ground to search Andal. That is something that is worth noting. And you could also... Like, yeah. Beast King Barbaros. Yeah, probably Beast King Barbaros. Because it combos with Skill Drain. And is a Beast Warrior. Like, you probably don't need all these vanillas, but I do like the Heart of the Underdog angle, and I like the Dark Factory angle as well. There might also be, like, a Gemini. Ooh, looks like we got another. Okay, cool. We'll pop that out. Alright. Is there a Gemini Beast Warrior? Monster. Gemini. Type. Beast Warrior. No, there isn't. Okay. Monster, normal, type, Beast Warrior. What have we got here? What are we working with? Oh, what the fuck? Ninkendog. This card's crazy. I mean, it doesn't get pumped by Guy Power, but it's like 1800 on face. That's so much better. That's so much better. Yeah, Ninkendog for sure. Huh. Ogre of the Black Shadow. He's possessed by the powers of the dark. Few can withstand its rapid charge. A Ninkendog is good. A ninja dog who has mastered extreme ninjutsu. Through hard training, it learned the technique to metamorphose into a human being. Yep, furry. Alright, yeah, cool deck. Thank you for submitting. I think you should trim a lot of the chaff. Namely Faustian Bargain, namely Superfluous Roads, and maybe update some of the monsters to be a little bit stronger, a little bit better. And then try, I would say, Solemn Judgment for sure. Try Grave of the Super Ancient Organism for sure. And then try out some of like the good removal in the format, like Mirror Force, Smashing Ground. Maybe Lightning Vortex is fine too, but like I don't see the need for Faustian Bargain. And definitely max Dark Factory. I'd say 3 Dark Factory for sure, because that's kind of your angle. That's kind of like your way of gaining card advantage. Outside of battle, that's the only way you gain card advantage, is Dark Factory. And then you could try out Beast King Barbaros too. It might just like conflict with some of the like normal vanilla monster guy cards. And then in this slot, you could also try Common Charity. But who knows? All right, moving on. Next deck. What is this? There's a Vampire Lord. Well, you have Reasoning, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 level 4s, which is the number one most called level. So already a no for me. Reasoning has a ton of terrible hits in here. Namely, 3 Vayu, Plague, Raikou, and Necro Gardener are all terrible, but Malicious also isn't great unless you have specifically Plague in your hand. So, yeah, cut that immediately. You don't have Heavy Storm or Typhoon. So, I don't really see how you... I guess Delilah and Raikou can play through back row a bit. And these cards kind of naturally play through back row, but... I would maybe cut an Armageddon Knight for a Heavy Storm. Cut the Reasoning for the Typhoon. If you're dead set on playing Vampire Lord, which I don't know why, but if you are, then this is not the deck to play it in. But I can see why that might be interesting. The issue is if you bring it back with this, and this gets popped, he just gets banished. So it's like not even good. Yeah, I don't know. And there's no Book of Life. Like, isn't that the point of zombies, is to play Book of Life? And there's no Zombie Master. Isn't Zombie Master important to discard your shitty Vayus? Isn't that kind of the point? Also, there's no Revived King. There's no Doom Kaiser. Vampire Lord is gorgeous IRL. I know, I have first edition ones. They look really good. But if that's your angle, then I think you need to, like, Book of Life. And I think you need to, like, lean into it. If you want to spam Vampire Lord, then do that. This deck just looks like it isn't making the most of it, I guess. Imperial Ironwall is also a great card with Vampire Lord, by the way. Because if he gets banished, it's, like, really annoying. So, yeah, I think most of this that I would recommend changing is, like, I don't really get what the point of this is. Maybe to bring back Sirocco for game shots. That's kind of cool. Maybe cut one of these for a Book of Life. I'd say just one Book of Life, one Escape is kind of cool. I would absolutely cut the Reasoning. Like, off-rip, it just seems terrible. And I would absolutely add a Zombie Master. Like, what does Sangan do in this deck? Just add a Zombie Master. Zombie Master seems great. It can pitch Drawn Mally, it can pitch Drawn Vayu, or Sirocco, or Mizuki, or Necro Gardener. Like, you have 10 cards you want to discard. Possibly even more if you count, like, Vampire Lord, or just, like, Dark Armed once it's dead, you know what I mean? You have at least 10 cards you want to discard. Not playing Zombie Master is criminal. Like, having a tutorable value discard outlet seems mandatory. Like, if I was going to play Vayu and zombies in any capacity, I think Zombie Master is arguably better than, like, Goblin Zombie or Pyramid Turtle. Like, straight up. Like, I would rather have, like, 3 Zombie Masters in a deck like this. I would rather have Zombie Master than Vampire Lord. So, food for that. The idea is cool. I think the sideboard is interesting, but it looks like it could maybe work. You could side out the zombie stuff for Royal Oppression. I think one thing that's interesting, though, is like Triple Crow. You could probably just side a Book of Life as well in zombies. If you're not maxing it, you can side one. All right, moving on. Thank you for submitting. This is an Evil Thorns Dark Simorgh Super Solar Nutrient deck without Gigaplant. Okay. So, the concept that I'm deriving here from this is that you sack Evil Thorn, you get 2 more, and then you Super Solar sack one of them, and you get Lone Fire, and then you sack Lone Fire and special summon Titanial, and then Simorgh is instantly online, because you have Wind and Dark. So your engine automatically gets you wind and dark, so that's why you have Simorgh. Just DM me on Dueling Book. Okay, so concept. Copy plant without Gigaplant is pointless. Cut it entirely. I understand it's a super solar target though, so you kind of have to play it if you play this garbage. Super solar nutrient. If you want to start with it, I don't know, put it in your hand. I don't know, play 3. I don't fucking know. Another thing, concept, just throwing this out there. Anti-spell fragrance with 14 spells is a little bit sus. On top of that, Simorgh is at its best with Giant Trunade. You know what else is good with Giant Trunade? Miracle Fertilizer. Okay, let me cook. Let's download this bad boy. Let me cook. Hold up. Let me cook. We're gonna cook on this. Making those changes to the deck now. I'm glad that I was able to help Cabal TV. The deck seems cool. I think Zombie Master, very useful. I'm assuming yours was the one that were Zombie Master. If you got Zombie Master in there, I think it would be very, very useful. And if you want to play Vampire Lord, by all means, play Vampire Lord. I love that card. I will never tell you to cut Vampire Lord if you don't want to. Alright. Hold up, boys. Let me cook. Alright. Okay. So, this deck has a lot of the things I like about Amaryllis, which is the fun Titanial spam angle. But it has an interesting Simorgh angle as well. What I'm wondering is how far we can take this and how consistent we can make this. You know what I'm saying? Take this and make this. Oh, shit. The cards I want to try are Giant Trunade. I want to try Miracle Fertilizer. And I want to try those in tandem. And I want to go kind of heavy on the DDR Hidden Armory because it works best with Dark Simorgh. So what we're going to do is we're gonna flip this bitch on its head. We're going to flip this. We're going to make this go crazy with it right now. I'm going to show you guys a world. I'm going to show you guys a whole new world. Like Disney. Alright, you feel me? A whole new world. A whole new place for you to see. Okay. That's the concepts. Let's go into the solo mode and see what's up. Holy Christ, this hand is terrible. So right off the bat, I guess it's not that bad. If your Sangan dies, it's not that bad. Brain control seems superfluous. Seems unnecessary. We could probably cut that. So let's say we just set Sangan, set Dushu, right? Alright, Sangan dies. And with this hand, we always get Evil Thorn, right? Watch. Oh, there is Miracle Fertilizer in the deck. There is one already in the deck. What the fuck? I didn't even notice that. Alright, so, draw for turn. What do we draw? Dandelion. Did I go to Night and Day? I did. There's a video on it. Mr. Universe has logged out. Alright, we got another one. Another one. What's up, Xana Gaming? How was your tournament? I'm sorry that I missed it. Okay, so here you would go Thorn. Today? No, I didn't go today. What was today? Today was Saturday. I was working today. Double Thorn. Super Solar. Sacrifice. Get Lone Fire. Special Dark Arms. Oh, this is pretty gas, actually. Hold up, this is pretty good. But we just get Tarantulas and lose, so there's that. But that's kind of cool that you could set this up so easily. Free Palestine, Mr. Universe. I agree. Alright. You went to People's last Friday. Went through one with X-Sabers. Cool. Okay, let's look at this hand. Copy Plant's one of the cards I wanted to cut. Nothing has changed. I still want to cut that card. This Dust Shoot is interesting. I'm not upset by the Dust Shoot, by the way. It's a broken card, but... Let's see. What would we rather have as Copy Plant here? Would True Nade be better than Copy Plant here? I don't know. What in God's green earth is this? We were sent a Dark Simorgh Super Solar Nutrient deck. Alright, so we're cooking with it. I think the equip spells are perhaps win more and don't help the issue of breaking. You may be onto something there. Card Trooper maybe? No. That seems really pointless in this deck. Okay. So. My thoughts are simple. Cut here. Cut here. Cut here. Future Fusion, Stratos, Dasher. You played against this deck? Did you lose? Or did you win? I think there is an idea here that looks pretty interesting. Then someone said the equip spells are win more. Are they? I think Anti-Spell Fragrance might be win more. I think that gets cut. And then Hidden Armory, Simorgh, third Simorgh. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. There's the third Simorgh. This looks very good. Billy says return. We have DDR. We don't need return. We have spammable DDR. Next time you come to Vegas, hopefully we can meet up. That would be sick. Let me know next time you're coming. Did you let me know? I don't even know. No e-call Rhoda. Why would we want that? We want the heroes to stay in deck, Ryan. Like this. This is perfect. Miracle. Or not Miracle. Future Fusion, send Dandy, Stratos. Get 2 tokens. Is there a way to water? We're not doing that. That's not what this deck is trying to do. We're not adding garbage to this deck. We're just adding stuff that potentially can make this deck a little bit better. Oh, this is actually gasoline too, because now we can go Hidden Armory, mill, and we milled Lone Fire. Holy shit. Grab Mark. Hidden Armory, grab DDR. We milled Evil Thorn. Oh my god. Grab DDR. This is what I'm talking about. Turn 1 Dark Simorgh. And we can Miracle Fertilizer Titanial. So we go Miracle Fertilizer, Special Lone Fire. Dude, this is actually fucking nice. This is actually really nice. Holy shit. Lone Fire, sack, get Titanial. Then we special summon Simorgh by banishing Evil Thorn and Stratos. Opponent can't set, can't do anything, set Mirror Force pass. They basically have to have like turn 1 Heavy Storm into Yugioh, or else this just cooks them. And look at this. We started this turn with like, this looks crazy. And on top of that, we can DDR back Dasher and start getting that going. Or like, no, this looks very good. I was thinking like, you really want to see Simorgh early, so why not play all 3? And then Stratos is both a wind and a dark, and Future Fusion sends Dandy, which is broken. So, sign me up. This looks awesome. Just in theory, look at this. Foolish, Debris. You could do that. Opening double armory doesn't feel that bad. You could also like double armory. We could just like Foolish Dandy double armory this turn. Mind Control. Oh, that's something I want to cut. I want to cut Mind Control. I want to cut Mind Control for True Nade or Fertilizer. Probably Fertilizer. Actually, is it Fertilizer or is it True Nade? How do we feel about Super Solar still? Do we want to max it? Is this a max? Is this a 3 of card? I think it might be. Is Super Solar Nutrient a 3 of card? Maybe not. I think you can cut Mind Control for space though. I think you can find more space here. I don't even know, Starlight Road, something like that. Poison Plant's a water, yeah, but it's also like doesn't help your deck, which is like a dark Simorgh deck. Like if I draw Poison Plant, it's a total brick. Whereas if I draw Stratos Dasher, it's like they actually do something. They actually contribute to the Simorgh game plan, or they can actually be a threat. Whereas like drawing Lord Poison is like really bad turn 1. And beyond turn 1, to be fair, as well. I want to fit both True Nade and another Fertilizer in, but I think goal is to win with Sabres in Vegas. That'd be hype. I think just a True Nade could be really useful. Because like, you're going to be going for some... True Nade into Simorgh is basically Heavy Storm. So... I think Stratos plus Future Fusion is very terrible. Just discard the Future Fusion to DDR. Like, you have a searchable discard outlet. It's fine. And it's usually fine to have one dead card because Stratos finds you a live card. So it's like, okay. Like, your mulligan doesn't matter because Stratos is still a good card. That's why the guy who top 8'd, or was it, Ultimate Time Wizard, was playing just Future Fusion Stratos Dasher, and that was it. This hand looks solid. My issue is that like Dandy doesn't really work that well unless you have Super Solar, but it's fine. This hand can just set Tomato and vibe. Go get something with the Tomato, probably Evil Thorn. Draw for turn. Fertilizer. Interesting. Was this playing Plasma for trade-in? No, it wasn't. It was just playing Stratos Dasher Future Fusion, and we're also not playing trade-in, but neither was the one at Ultimate Time Wizard. Dude, this card is interesting. This Evil Thorn. So the idea is that you 1-for-1 into Evil Thorn, and then you sack it. Burn your opponent for 300. Special summon 2 Evil Thorns. Then Hidden Armory first. Go get DDR, maybe? Might be Mark of the Rose because we discarded a plant. So now we've deck thinned a bunch. There's 11 cards out of the deck. Hopefully Allure finds Super Solar. No. Unlucky. This hand you probably banish Plague. But we did find Mirror Force, which is kind of good. So we could like get a redraw, I guess. Yeah, Evil Thorn without Dad or Super Solar is really bad. So what if we cut Brain Control entirely and added a third Super Solar? Because like we have 2 durable Brain Control. We have a Hidden Armory, right? Because, like, if you just draw Evil Thorn and you don't draw Super Solar, it's, like, really fucking bad. And then, what if we got a third Miracle Fertilizer in there somehow? I'm not sure how. It might be over the third Simorgh, but you, like, really want to see Simorgh early. Miracle Fertilizer could be in over Hidden Armory, but Hidden Armory seems so important to get your mark. I like all the back row. It could be like Plague. Plague is ass. But like I understand the plays with like Hidden Armory and like Dasher and shit. It's pretty cool. So let's just keep it 1 Miracle Fertilizer for now. Alright. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. I'm super close with this one. I'm super close. I think we're gonna get it somewhere and then be happy with it. How does Evil Thorns work? Can it be tributed for a tribute summon? Oh, yeah, it can be. Okay, that's hella good. Okay. Oh, that's hella good. Okay. It's like someone would attack this, you go get Evil Thorn. And it acts as like 2 tributes. So let's say you dust shoot at them, right? And then on your turn you draw. And then you sack your Evil Thorn. Well, we drew Lone Fire, but the concept I was going for here was like, okay, we have 2 tributes now. So Tomato can become 2 tributes for either Simorgh or Titanial. Cool. Okay, so the biggest issues with this deck I see are drawing multiple Evil Thorns. So I think maxing Super Solar is like really important. The second biggest issue I see with this deck is that that's insane. That's so good. That's so fucking good. Holy shit. The cool thing about Dark Simorgh too is like if it's in your graveyard, you can bring it out. You can banish Dark and Winds and just bring it out. So like you can still continue to use him. Alright, we got another message here. From Knives 1990. Alright. I think I have added something of benefit to this deck. You can Super Solar into Tomato. Yeah, you can Super Solar. Well, can you? Yeah, you can. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I think I have made this deck better. Of course, you have to change the extra deck. You need Gaia in the extra deck. So you'd probably have to cut something. Huh. It's probably Dark End. Dark End probably comes up the least. So you'd need Gaia. But I think I've made this main deck measurably better. The thing that I would change is maybe the sideboard. From here, I would approach the siding a little differently. A card I really like is Compulsory Evacuation Device. Usually the only way people can out Dark Simorgh is with monsters. So having Compulsory to like out Goyo or whatever they go for. Either that or Dark Illusion can be kind of useful if they're going for like Caius to try and pop your Simorgh. That can be useful. It just depends on how you want to approach this. Dark Illusion seems superfluous though, because if you can set up Titanial Simorgh, then Caius doesn't out it. So I would say maybe Compulsory or like, I don't know, something. I guess, are you siding in Pulling the Rug versus Blackwings? That's the thing. Look at this sideboard. What are you siding versus Blackwings? None of it. That seems bad. I think you need a sideboard that beats Blackwings. So Blackwings comeback play against Dark Simorgh is they make Goyo and they go Blizzard into Goyo and they steal your Simorgh. So you have to have some sort of counter messaging for that, whether that's Chalice. Also, Kalut beats Simorgh, which is annoying. So I'd say like some sort of side decking for Blackwings, like Bottomless, would be really important here. I think it's far more important than Light Mirror, or far more important than like do you need Light Mirror, Kaiku, and DD Crow for Lightsworn? You probably don't need 6 cards for Lightsworn, but you probably need some cards for Blackwings. So I'd say like Bottomless Trap Hole goes pretty hard. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's see. Someone else DMs. Oh, you already sent one. All right, cool deck. Thank you for submitting. All right, moving on. Next deck. That was cool. That was a cool one. Alien with Magic Planter. 1 Upstart. Okay, so this deck is looking to abuse Limit Reverse with Vortex Trooper. Right off the bat, I don't like this deck for a number of reasons. Let's change it. Let's fix it. Let's load this one up. We're doctoring today. We got another one from Erebus. Okay. I'm gonna try to get through all the ones we have today, but if I don't, just make sure and smash like on the stream. If I've doctored your deck and you have not smashed like, SMH, what are you doing? I'm doing the Lord's work for you. This deck was cool. This deck was interesting. Alright, let's look at this. It says Edison Alien Vortex. Okay. So, right off the bat, like, with Legacy and Vortex Trooper, usually you're trying to draw into something. What are we trying to draw into here? It's just Ammonite, right? Like, that's the only card we want to see. Right? Okay. But then once we get Ammonite, what are we doing? How are we winning the game? Is it just Fiendish Chain? Are we expected to win the game off of 3 Fiendish Chains? Is that possible? Maybe. I don't know. Let's go load it into a... What's in here? Triple Grave. What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay. Triple Soul Release with Kaiku and DD Crow. Very interesting. What's up, Chris Flores? How are you doing? Alright. Someone has also DM'd us another deck. Bogs. Okay. I'm trying to imagine a game where I win with this deck. What does that game look like? Why is Card Trooper in this deck? I guess it works with Limit Reverse, right? 3 Vortex is obsessive. I don't know. It doesn't seem great, but you can always shuffle the second one back, right? So, excessive, yeah. I just think that Aliens has a lack of good normal summons. I'm trying to see if the Vortex Trooper would be better than Oshalion. Okay. So this hand, initially, what does Upstart find? Shock Trooper. I'm already not loving the Magic Planters. Let's just imagine these are other upstarts. Let's imagine they're other upstarts. That's much better. This seems much better. I don't really want to send my cards. So, like, I understand the value of Magic Planter with Limit Reverse and stuff. How many targets for Limit Reverse do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 targets. What's up, Nab? How are you doing? We're doing Deck Doctor today. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's stream with the hero deck. I will play it more in the future, and I'll definitely bring it to a tournament for you, because I think that that is something that I can do to put on a fun show. I'm not sold on Magic Planter. I'm going to say go to 0. I just max Upstart. If you're winning the game with Golgar advantage, also, holy fuck, 2 Golgars? Are you smoking crack? You need 3 Golgars. How do you, what? You love the stream? Watch it all, wish it could have been there. Next time, I will definitely play it again. Does Vortex get its effect when brought back the limit and Planner sends a Limit Reverse? Yes, it should, yes. Yeah, I don't think you need Red Dragon. I'm going to keep it 100. I think Red Dragon is infinitely outclassed and harder to make than Golgar. That's a draw 3. You never needed the 3rd. I've played this deck a fair bit, and I've always... it comes up a lot. For me, at least. Another thing, next thing. I don't really know how important Iron Wall is. I guess with Magic Planter you can play multiple. Okay, let's put the Magic Planters back. Let's cut an offering. Play 1 Magic Planter. Let's switch the numbers up. 3 Upstart, 1 Magic Planter. Level Limit. We're going to cut all the legacies. We're going to put Level Limit in because it's broken with Golgar. We're going to put Swords. Revealing Light because it's broken with Golgar. Just never get attacked. And then We are also going to put probably another magic planter. Iron Wall is sick, makes you not lose to Caius. Alright, cool. Say less. I'm on board. I think Iron Wall is sick. I agree. Okay. This looks nasty. This looks a little bit better. Also, we could probably get away with less aliens. But maybe not. Why is there a random Kaiku in the deck? Is there a reason for that? It doesn't really do... I guess it's like a third Iron Wall that doesn't suck. Helps you against Lightsworn. Skim one. Okay. I'm not 100% off the guy. I think Gravity Bind could also be really good. Just as a win condition. Maybe better than Swords, even. Alright, hold up. I think my Gravity Bind might be better. Well, Swords is good, but Gravity Bind is crazy. Gravity Bind is belligerent. This card just... Like, if you could do this plus Road versus Blackwings, and you negate their Bryonic, then you probably win. Like, the Kaiku's because you need more beaters. I could absolutely see that in this deck. I could absolutely see that. I'm not sure what we cut here. Let's just start by trimming an Upstart Goblin. Because that's, like, obviously the first card you would cut, but... let's see if Swords or Magic Planter is better than Upstart Goblin. I may end up cutting the second Planter. Gravity Bind help you win your round 4 in Vegas. You had a 45-minute game 1 versus Gemini. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, Gravity Bind is stupid. If your deck can play it, you should play it. It's very broken. Alright, this hand. What does this hand do? Well, we have Vortex, Limit Reverse, so that's pretty good. I go Vortex. Probably shuffle back. Typhoon. Swords, because I kind of want my guy to die. Draw 2. Okay, that's not very good. It's just not very good. I guess he dies. We draw a card. We take some damage. We draw for turn. Okay, now this is pretty good. Yeah. The problem is, like... Okay, so we Limit Reverse. Bring back Vortex. We didn't necessarily have to set both, but I kind of wanted to set both. In case we drew specifically Magic Planter, which we did. So now we draw 3. Cool. But how do we get this guy in the grave? Is it just normal summon, then use Offering? Okay. Not opposed. We could have also Truenated plus Limit Reversed there to draw an extra card. Like, let's say we go Limit Reverse just to make sure he doesn't get bottomless. So Limit Reverse, and then we Trunade, and then this gets bounced to our hand, and he dies, and we draw a card, and then we set this shit again. And then we also Upstart again. So, cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of the issue. Like, the draw engine is sick, but we're just drawing hella fucking aliens, and we don't have anything to do with them. So... I'm thinking maybe we replace one alien with Foolish Burial. So let's go Foolish over one alien. I think Alien Warrior is worse. And that way we can just turn one Golgar. Okay. Like when you have this draw engine going... Like, drawing 4-star vanillas is really ass. Let's see what's up with this. Limit Reverse. So we drew double Iron Wall. That's unfortunate. That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe 1 is good, but 2 is really bad. This isn't a terrible hand, though. We could, like, make something work with this. Like, you could set 4 Bluff Road. Draw for turn. Swords is pretty good. I'm not really sure about Swords in this build of it, though. You probably don't need it. Like, if you're being the aggressor, then you probably don't need it. We can maybe cut Swords for the third Upstart Goblin. Because you just want to get your draw engine online. Because once you get the engine online, you're golden. You're actually cooking like crazy. Okay. I'm, like, just talking through my thought processes here. They're not perfect, but... Yeah, see, this is more what I'm talking about. Play a match with it. I don't have the time to do that. We have 7 more decks lined up that we have to get through. Why did I cut Offering? because they clog and they don't do anything unless you have a monster, and it's also like your worst card. I think Offering is like, it's like Mirror Force but like worse. It plays into like if they remove your guy, if they chain something and remove your guy, then you just 2-for-1 yourself. Is RBET New York full? I think it is. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me refresh. No, it's actually not. There are 3 slots for RBET New York. There are 3 more slots. So if you haven't signed up or paid and you want to be one of the last 3 people to enter, it's Icarus but worse. I just don't think it's necessary. Like, Golgar is spot removal. But I could see maybe wanting 3. I just think the whole point of the deck is to turbo Golgar, right? And just turbo the draw engine. I could see maybe wanting 3. I'm not opposed to 3. I just think it's like a worse card than Level Limit for whatever. Is there a way to check if your payment went through? If you sent payment, then it went through. Yes. If you sent the payment, we have it. There's only like, if your name is, I don't know, just tell me your first name. I can verify that for you right now. Basically. I have the spreadsheet open. There's only a few people who, oh, there are actually more than a few people who haven't paid. I think there's like about 10 people who haven't paid, as far as I've noticed from the signups. But payment is necessary for your entry, so you didn't send it. Your fam did. Okay, well, who sent it then? Your name is Frank? Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna check. Okay. DM me on Discord with the details of the payment. I'll make sure you're marked as paid. But as long as your friend left a note in the payment letting us know that it was for you, then you should be good. So. But make sure you DM me on Discord with the details. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you do want 3 Offering. I don't really see it being great, but I don't really see it being terrible. I also feel like playing Golgar Turbo without Level Limit and Gravity Bind is wrong, but maybe Level Limit isn't right in this deck, because maybe you're more of a beatdown deck because you're playing B. So maybe it is right to play like this, and then play without the Foolish, and play the Alien Warrior. Or maybe you still play the Foolish, and you just play it over like Card Trooper or something. But Card Trooper makes the limit reverses better. Let's see how this looks. This is with the full 3 Offering and the full 6 aliens. Like, I'm trying to imagine this against Blackwings or whatever. Yeah, so Offering in this hand, I would rather have like Level Limit in this hand. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's see, other hand. Offering in this hand, I would rather have Level Limit in this hand. 6 card Offering here wouldn't be bad, but I think Level Limit would be better. I don't love how Sangan doesn't get you into the 4 stars. That is annoying. This hand, Upstart Goblin draw. I think this might be a hand where we'd also rather have Level Limit than Offering. So that's kind of my idea behind it, is like, you'd rather have this card if your hand is weaker. Offering is only good when like you already have your engine going. It's like not good. And it's also like really exploitable weakness of the deck, and it makes you weaker to like Starlight Road and random shit. Maybe you side the 3rd or something over this. Like, I don't think you need 3 of this, but maybe you want it. It takes a lot of the, it alleviates a lot of the pressure on the Fiendish Chains. One thing I like about this alien deck is that it's a Golgar deck, so that you can actually get rid of Decree when your opponent brings in Decree versus you, which is nice. That being said, I think trap stun is terrifying. So, maybe something for trap stun in the sideboard, like just a way to not get stunned and then OTK'd, because that happened to me a couple of times recently. Or just like, I don't know. I actually think like Royal Oppression is really good in this deck. We want to put Rivalry of Warlord instead of Ancient Organism. Yeah, you could do a Rivalry. Rivalry's pretty good. A 7th way to get a 4-star engrave math-wise. I'm not sure how that lines up with the upstarts, though. And the magic planters. Like, with the draw engine of Vortex and Upstart, I don't think you want all that, but I could be wrong. You'll make this, but won't give Earthbound Immortal a try. Who is Jay Morioki? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Does anyone know who that is? Who could that be? Alright, I don't know. Food for thought on the Gravity Bind level limit, and definitely max Upstart. I think you just want to see your draw engine as fast as possible. And then, yeah, Torrential, Mirror Force. Maybe offering over Torrential. No, Torrential's way too good with the Vortex Trooper. The draw engine is cool. I think it's really fucking cool. There are just key cards that you lose to. So I would say just put 7 Tools of the Bandit in your sideboard. Like, honestly, no Trap Dust Shoot? Nah, you just don't care. You deal with it when they commit it with Fiendish Chain. Yeah, so I'd say 7 Tools. Does opponent play go to grave if you have Iron Wall? Yes, obviously, because cards can't be banished. That guy's spitting the What's up, Swagger? Long time no see. Anyway, Zach is super close to how you built this idea a few months ago. Yeah. Is it, though? It's really close. I think it's really close. I think maybe 7 Tools are like Dark Bribe, low-key, because like Dark Bribe Floodgate is like a RBET winning game plan. Yeah, maybe Dark Bribe is better than... Like, maybe Dark Bribe over Road, and then just a random 7 Tools for like... Actually, maybe no 7 Tools. What was the card you wanted? Rivalry? Like this. How does that look? I think Dark Bribe is like clutch, because like you're gonna face people who have like Trap Stun. You're gonna wish you had something, just so you're not getting fucked by Trap Stun. Like, I feel like being able to bring in Dark Bribe and then having Solemn plus 2 Dark Bribe to deal with Trap Stun is really nice. That seems like a fun strategy. And then level limit's kind of a way to diversify your defense and have spell card based defense, so that you're not like super weak to Jinzo or Trap Stun or Decree or whatever. Like, Decree does fuck you unless you're able to get Golgar going. What about Prohibition? Oh, I love Prohibition. Yeah, I'd say Prohibition even over Soul Release. Like, straight up. Yeah, Prohibition with Golgar is really good. I actually really like Prohibition lately. Mask of Restrict could be a 3 of. This card is fucking belligerent. You need a way to deal with Unifrog. That's the annoying card. How do we deal with Unifrog? It's just Fiendish Chain Mirror Force. Oh, that's annoying. How do you deal with Unifrog? You have to Prohibition name Unifrog. That's how. Demise plus Advanced Ritual Art to send Shock Troopers. That sounds gas. That sounds fun. Okay, enough of this deck. This was fun. Thank you for submitting, Ryan. I like this deck a lot. I think there's a lot of stuff that you can work on here. Yeah, my initial thoughts are like, just get to the Vortex limit reverse stuff as soon as possible. So upstarts. Legacy makes some sense too. Like, I know you had Legacies in the initial build, but Legacies just doesn't get you there turn 1. And you really want the Vortex turn 1, because every turn after turn 1, he just like is negative tempo and it feels really bad. All right, moving on. Next deck. That was a cool deck. So this was the original list. We cut an Offering. We cut the Legacies. We added 2 upstarts. We added Level Limit Area B. And I think that's all the changes we made to the main deck. And then to the side deck, we put some Dark Bribes and a Rivalry and some Prohibitions. I think that's gas. All right, moving on. Next deck. Hero Frogs with Instant Fusion. This is just Hero Frogs with Instant Fusion. 5 discard traps and a Dust Shoot. 6 Monarchs. There's the Dandelion and the Future Fusion. Yeah, this looks gas. I like this. Looks fun. I'd play it. Fuck it. I'd play it. This looks good. I don't think there's really much I can do here. I mean, it's just a Frog Monarch deck at the end of the day. Maybe, like, cut a Regeki Break for a Mirror Force. Also, why are you siding Treacherous Trap Hole? You have 7, 8 trap cards in the main deck. You're not going to be able to side out 8 trap cards and bring in Treacherous, are you? Is that really your game plan? Is it really bring in 3 Faders and Treacherous? Like, that seems silly. Just put Mirror Force there. Mirror Force will do the same thing as Treacherous. All right, moving on. Dark World, Dark Calling. Huh. Why is this better? I guess you can play Dark World Dealings better. I'm just trying to think why this is better than Trade-In. Because Trade-In makes more sense, and it makes a stronger Dark Gaia. And it's also not a -1. And it also draws 2 cards instead of 1. And you're also not playing any of the viruses, which is kind of the point of playing the Dark World monsters. Also, 6 of the special summon Dark World monsters is bad. Also, the fact that they special summon themselves is actually kind of ass, because you can't Dark Calling from your field. It has to be from your hand or graveyard. So you're never... These guys aren't hitting the grave unless you, like, sack them somehow. If anything, I'd say just play the Browse, cut these 6, play 8-star Fiends, and then play Trade-In, and then also cut Dark World Lightning, maybe, down to, like, 1 or 0. That would be my big change to this, is I would not play the Silva and the Gold. They just seem pointless. They just, like, add more to your weakness to oppression. They don't improve the deck. They actually don't really flow with the Dark Calling at all. I would say definitely cut these guys, play, like, the Manju engine with Demise, and then play Trade-Ins. And then if you still want to play Dark World, you're only playing 2 Dark World Dealings even. So that's, like, doesn't even make sense, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, cut Reckless, card's ass. Probably cut Return too. It's too slow. And, like, your opponent's going to have their Typhoon heavy the whole game because, like, you have no traps, so... I don't like Lone Trap Return as much as some people do, but... Anyway, moving on. Frog Plants with Flip Flop Frog and Unifrog in the main. Cool. A lot of people want help with their frog decks, but a lot of them just kind of look the same. One thing I will say I don't like is I don't love Debris Dragon because it overlaps with your weakness to Rug. And if you're cutting Monarchs for Debris Dragon, it just, like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Especially because, like, your goal is to set up Dupe Block. That being said, setting up Stardust Dupe Block is pretty strong. So, that's good. And Debris is good if you don't have the Treeborn Frog. Needs Lad. Yeah, you could play... There's not really a lot of ways to make use of the Dandy tokens, you're right, besides the Debris Dragons. But this is more of a, like, plant synchro deck than a Lad deck. I don't think it needs Lad. I think you could side Lad. Or you could main 1, side 1, something like that. The trap lineup is interesting. It's a little heavy. You could probably cut a Regeki Break for a Lad. That'd be kind of good. Yeah. Cut Regeki Break, play Lad. Or cut Phoenix Wing. That's probably the worst. Yeah, cut Phoenix Wing, keep all 3 Regeki Break, play Lad. Yeah, I think this deck, because it's so... Look how normal summon reliant it is. There's no play outside of the normal summon, besides 1-for-1. Because you're so normal summon reliant, you need a way to slow your opponent's deck down. I think Lad is going to do a lot more than the 1-of Phoenix Wing, but I could be wrong about that. All right, moving on. Chaos Fairies with Miraculous Descent. Interesting. How does this work? When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When this monster is destroyed, destroy the card. Okay. So it works with Dialk. Alright. Bog says Valley and Fairies. Every fairy list plays Valley. Every fairy list plays it. This is not something new. Well, every fairy list plays it since I innovated it in 2022, I should say. Oh, shit. Ever since I hit Pro Storm with that tech and he won RBET rulers with it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Anyway, yeah. Don't love Lila here, but it's kind of your Space Typhoon, I guess. I think you need Warrior Lady. I think you need at least one. Otherwise, Shining Angel doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think you need at least one Warrior Lady. I would cut a Cyber Valley for a Warrior Lady. That would be my immediate change. And then after that, I'd probably cut a Lila for a Card Trooper. I don't really understand this. Like, are you supposed to... Maybe you need Lilas because you're so weak to Oppression. This deck is weak as fuck to Oppression. Holy shit. Why is there no Gores? Oh, there's Gores. I'm just blind. Okay, never mind. I wouldn't cut a Dialk. I think you need Dialk because you're playing triple Miraculous Descent. I like 3 Dialk, but that's just me. I'd cut Cyber Valley for sure. You only need one. You can tutor it off of any recruiter. Sideboarding Scapegoat doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. Sideboarding 1-for-1 to get consecrated is interesting. But you don't have decrees. So you can't really support the consecrated. They're just going to Icarus it or DDV you and you're going to lose. So just don't just don't side this. If you don't have decrees, don't side consecrated. Or if you don't have like a way to play under virus. That Chaos Sorcerer's never hitting the field with 4 darks. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the darks in here. I don't like the Chaos Sorcerer Battle Fader. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, now that you mention it, the dark stuff looks kind of ass. I'd probably cut all of it. Well, no, I'd keep Trag Gores. Trag Gores seems really good. But I'd probably cut Sork, double Caius, Fader, and I'd probably add, like... I don't know. I just don't like Miraculous Descent. I think this card is not very good. And, like, especially when you don't have other back row. Like, your opponent's just going to be like, alright, I'll just Heavy Storm you. And that's your one back row that you draw in the game. Because if you're only playing 5 real back row, you're going to draw 1 to 2 of them per game. That's it. Like, realistically. Statistically speaking. And your opponent will always have their spell and trap removal, and then they'll just use it on that back row. And it's like, okay. So I either like it with a ton of back row, or with... Well, Call of the Haunted is broken, so that one you obviously always play. But, yeah, I don't love this card. I don't know why. I just don't think it's that good. It could be good if you got the Dialk stuff going fast and make it chainable. It's just too much writing on that, though. Alright, moving on. Next deck. This is just Warrior Lady Dragons with a random Luster Dragon, a Spear Dragon. And it has Burial in return as well. And Gores and Trag. So there's issues with this. Number 1 issue is you don't have enough dragons to reveal to Drago. Number 2 issue is you don't have enough dragons for Red Eyes. But I'm coming out with a guide on this deck like soon. And I'll update it. But basically, I don't like the deck devs. I don't really like Spear Dragon or Luster Dragon. I actually do think Blizzard Dragon is good. I do think Totem Dragon is necessary. You can't play White Knight Dragon without Totem Dragon. It's just a brick. There's a bunch of other... I have a bunch of other thoughts on this deck. But I'm not sold on Burial in return. But they are pretty solid. I do like Triple Warrior Lady still, and I do like Rhoda still. I think that is like pretty much the only way the deck functions in the meta. Because Warrior Lady lets you play through Honest Kalut, and it like just fucks Blackwings. So it actually gives you a really good Blackwing matchup. So that's I do think Warrior Lady is necessary, but I think the configure... I'll just pull up my list. I'll just give you guys a little bit of a teaser. You guys want a little bit of a teaser? Press 1 if you want a little bit of a teaser. Hold up. Press 1. And like the stream if you want a little bit of a teaser on a list that we've been cooking a little bit. Let me see if I can... Alright. Alright, a lot of people are locked. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So I have a huge guide that I've been working on for this deck. It's like 13 pages. And I tested this deck a lot with Swagger, and I tested it a lot with one of my other friends. But this is a list we ultimately fell upon. Basically, it gives you the right amount of dragons so that your red med is rarely dead, and that your Drago is rarely dead. All of your cards are actionable. And then you have like perfect numbers on everything. So there's like 5 summon stops with the book and the solemn. There's 5 attack stops with the book and the mirror force and the deep prisons. There's the double road, which I'm a big fan of. Dust Tornado main gives you extra way to dealing with like spell and traps game 1, which I think has become more and more important because the top 3 decks all play like heavy spell trap, and they also play like chainable ones. So being able to hit it in the end phase is important, and just having extra whirlwind outs is important. Game 2 and game 3, what we do is we have 6 sort of like sweet spot cards that like switch around, and then 9 kind of auto win cards. So Mask of Restrict is an auto win versus Frogs, which is probably your hardest matchup. So you just bring in Mask of Restrict and you just auto win. Cyber Dragon, if it resolves versus machines, it just kind of auto wins. Kaiku's kind of like an auto win versus Lightsworn, kind of. And it's good versus Amaryllis, so you play 1. Gores is great versus Blackwings and Hero Beat. It's an auto win card there. Prohibition is an auto win in a lot of matchups. Like you can name like... Basically, you get into a lot of situations where you just lose to 1 card. So you just Prohibition name whatever that card is. And so it just wins you the game. You can use this to name Treeborn. You can use this to name Dupe Frog. You can use this to name basically fucking anything. Like name JD, name fucking... Vayu, I've used it to name Dark Arm, Brain Control. I've used it to name Heavy Storm. I've used it to name whatever. But the card is broken, especially once you have like information on your opponent's deck. You can like just activate this and shut off whatever their best piece is, and all of a sudden they have to out this card before they can play. And against the Alias decks, it's an auto win, and that's your worst matchup. So double Prohibition for the Alias decks. And then also just comes in a lot of matchups to help you like... It's great versus Dragon Turbo. You can name like Super Rejuvenation, and they can never really get going. It can name like Bryonic. It can name like a lot of key cards that just like fuck you. And then Grammel's like auto win versus Raikou decks. You just bounce their Raikou over and over again, and then they just get stun locked, and then they lose to Drago plus Grammel. Also, Grammel doesn't conflict with Totem Dragon because it just always goes back to your hand, which is nice. Does Tornado Trap Hole just make you modular into Blackwings and like some other decks like Glads, Fairies that you just need like extra spot removal for? Soul Release is for Lightsworn, it's just like an extra like piece of banishing. Also helps versus Frogs, you just hit both Treeborns. And then the Exploder Dragon is because in some matchups you actually side out White Knight plus double Totem, but you still need to keep a certain number of dragons in your deck, so you side in the Exploder Dragon. But yeah, this is how I would build this deck, and I have like a big guide on it with like sideboard shit coming out soon, but it's gonna be a while. So yeah, this list doesn't do the right things, basically. All right, next deck. What the fuck is this? Appropriate. Yeah, I hope that helps, Erbish. If you want to play Burial and Return, I'd say like lean heavier into the other builds of the deck. But I think if you're playing White Knight, you absolutely have to have 1 totem. You have to have 1 totem, and having 1 totem is like, I'm pretty sure always right, even if you don't have White Knight, because it just makes your future fusion a lot better. And it makes it so you don't have to send double red med and just have like a really weakened deck, I guess. The Eye of Truth. What am I? I don't understand. Okay, I've played a deck with appropriate before. There are issues with this deck. There are certainly issues with this deck. Namely that Dark Simorgh sits in your hand, and so when you go drag down, they just discard your Dark Simorgh. Sure, you can bring it out from grave, that's something you could do, but then you're just down minus from the dark drag down, and then down another minus from Dark Simorgh. So you have to -2 yourself just to do that. It's very rarely worth it. Most monsters that like people can summon, like they just go Miracle Fusion out your Dark Simorgh and you lose. I don't know what to say. I would need to load this into a deck builder to see. Doesn't appropriate miss timing anyway? With drag down? No, the last thing that happens is both players draw a card. So it would not. Each time your opponent draws a card outside of the draw phase, immediately draw 2 cards. Yeah, you would have to activate it on resolution of this. What's up, Deck Murder? Wait, what were you saying? Is Deck Devastators a big thing? I don't know how many people entered. How many people entered? I wasn't paying. I've been busy all day. I wasn't paying attention. 169. That's pretty big. That's like about as big as the last Ultimate Time Wizard. That's pretty big. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this deck. I don't really know what it's even trying to do. I will show you guys my appropriate deck, what it looked like. It was like this, and then played jar. What was it? Fucking morphing jar. But the deck was a dragon deck, and I played hand destruction, and I played viruses. I'm pretty sure that was the way it worked. I played Vandalgian. I'm pretty sure I played this. Allure. Red Eyes. I haven't played this deck in like 3 years though. So I don't remember. Played Dark Armed. And Future Fusion. Dark Bribe, yeah. Played Dark Bribe. To combo with the appropriate. And I played Divine Wrath as well, I believe. I don't remember exactly how the deck looked, but it was something like this. Steal it, do whatever you want with it. Turns out, counter traps plus Future Fusion is pretty busted. So, yeah. Can't remember the exact configuration, but it was similar to this. Dark Bribe works with appropriate. Hand Destruction works with appropriate. Card Destruction works with appropriate. Morgan Jar works with appropriate. I had some issues where I would deck myself out. But I was playing Gorge as well. Gorge Trag. When it goes off, it feels pretty fucking busted. I don't remember what else I was playing in it. I'm gonna be honest. It's been a while. I have it on my other account. Alright, let's see. Who else has messaged us? No one else has messaged us? Okay, we'll look at Hayden's second list. Because no one else has messaged us. Huh. Garden Zombies. Instant Fusion. To bring back Reaper with Garden. Okay, interesting. This is kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of like this. This is kind of cool. I think 2 Treacherous Trap Hole is not very good. Just play Torrential Mirror Force. If you want to play 2 trap cards, play Torrential Mirror Force. This is kind of cool. I like this deck. How many darks do you have? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could play Allure. Allure wouldn't be too bad. Ah, this is cool. I like this. I think I might try something like this one day. Armageddon, send. What do you send? Oh, that's annoying. You just don't have a send that Black Garden can bring back. That's unfortunate. I'd say like Armageddon with Black Garden is good because you can send something then instantly bring it back. But you don't have something to send. That's 800 or 1600. Yeah, the Armageddon Knight doesn't make a lot of sense. You could probably cut that guy too. Could use Monk. I'm just not sure what Monk does though. Like, Monk doesn't get you anywhere. I guess you get CD your engine, your Pyramid Turtle, or whatever. Armageddon, you get off Tomato, and then you send a Dark. I'd probably just... I don't know. This is an interesting deck. I'm not sure. Shiva Warrior Taro. Why is this in your deck? Just at 800 you can get back with Black Garden? Is that the only reason? It's a good card. It's a tuner, can't be destroyed by battle. Maybe it's not super refined. Yeah, I see that. Yo, Nab, thank you for the gifties. Now I've been plugging a lot of people. I need to do the members only dragon guide soon for all the new members. Thank you so much, Nab. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you've been enjoying the streams lately. If there's any decks you want me to play besides Hero Beat, I will play them in the near future. Like I said, I have picked up the Hero Beat card, so hopefully we'll be playing it at the Really Weekly Edison League very soon. And I hope that that will be enjoyable content for you, my guy. Oh, we got another message. / East. Huh. Well, you definitely want to cut a card. I don't really like Psychic Trigger. I like the Overload card better. If you're cooking a quick draw hero list, if you want to take a list, you don't know if it's any good. Yeah, send me it. DM me it on Dueling Book. I will absolutely take a look. Sounds fucking lit. Yeah, drop to 40 cards, cut a card, drop to 40. You definitely want to max your research lab. So you can combo kill people if that's the goal. Alright, let's take a look at this. The Psychic deck will never be good. That's all I'll say. It will even if you have an optimized list, it will be like tier 4. It's meant to work with Genetic Woman to get more pluses. Yeah, pluses don't win games, unfortunately. I mean, they can, but like, how do you convert that into a victory? You've taken too much damage, your opponent just brain controls you and you die. That's the issue with Psychics, is that they plus, but then they don't convert that plus into anything meaningful. Alright, this is Quick Draw Heroes from Nab. Looks like we got triple Diva. Whoa. Quick Draw Diva hero. Okay. Alright. Triple Quick Draw. Do my eyes deceive me? Inevitable quick draw. We need to see how this bad boy draws. We're going to download it. Nab quick draw hero. Okay. Give me a second, boys. While we are doing this, make sure and smash like on the stream. All right. Okay. We've got Nab quick draw hero. So, double alias, double Mally. Let's put the ocean up here. There's another message from someone. Max 2. Alright, pull that one up for later, but for now, we're doing this one. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's deck doctor it. Let's make it good again. Let's make Nab quick draw hero good again. I don't know, the deck looks fine. deck looks fire. Okay, let's see what we draw. This hand is great. What? Deck's perfect. Just kidding. Let's see. Okay. How many warrior ladies was in this? Just the one? You know, I'd probably actually start this hand with set warrior ladies, set legacy. Set e-call. We'll go Typhoon, we draw a card. Draw. See, now we have Foolish for Dandy, so Sangan can search the conversion. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the builder. All right. I've got an idea of the vibes. The vibes have been calculated. The trap lineup seems interesting. Don't hate it. I want to cut an alias. I want to add a Caius. I'll play one Caius. I think you need something that Drill Warrior is going to reuse. Martin says, is this just quick draw week? Did you say that after the 75 other decks we looked at that didn't have quick draw? Were you waiting to... did you have that typed out until we saw one deck with quick draw in it? Is that... or did you miss the last fucking hour and 53 minutes where we were covering other people's decks that didn't have quick draw in it? Curious. All right, Miracle Fusion seems good. Stratos, getting back Stratos with multiple alias in deck is good though. It is good. Stratos is kind of the thing you're getting back, right? Not Caius. Like, you're trying to spam Stratos with this deck. Oh, you can't play two Stratos. Alias. Shit, that would have been crazy. Oh man, hold up. I was saying Stratos and I thought. Okay, so the goal is to spam Stratos, right? Okay. Okay. I'm kind of getting it. And you really want to see quick draw Dandy. Okay. And then Card Trooper helps you get to Dandy and makes your debris better. Debris works with Foolish and Future Fusion. Okay. I think we want to discard Trap. I think we want to Regeki Break. Or Phoenix Wing. Probably Phoenix Wing, actually. Yeah. I think we want Phoenix Wing over Compulse. Yeah. Oh, you're thinking of cutting Compulse Red. I just read that. So, I think Phoenix Wing. Because, like, it just gives you something to do with the Stratos advantage. Meanwhile, we have Diva Mally. Which, that's the other angle of this deck that I'm like, why is this in the deck? You need Waters for Miracle Fusion. Is that it? Is it for the Arm Colossal OTK? No, because we don't have Arm in this side, the extra deck. So it can't be for that. How about this? How about we cut the Divas? We'll just cut them. We'll just cut them, and then we'll cut Goyo, Bryonic. And we can make the extra deck a little bit more streamlined. You don't have Arm, you can't find space. Well, let's make some space. Let's create some space here. Let's add Junk Archer. Oh, Colossal also can't make him now. So we'll cut that. Add Junk Archer. I have another idea. Junk Archer is definitely insane in this deck. Second Stardust and probably third Absolute Zero. Although I'm not sure about the third Absolute Zero. We don't have Chimera Tech and we have 2 Cyber Dragons, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's put Chimera Tech. Okay, so let's consider our options for more waters. Let's go effect, attribute, water, release date. What have we got here for waters? There's a water monster that I think would go really well in this deck. And that monster is... Where is he? Where is he? Where's my son? I passed him. I passed him already. Where's he at? Should be around like here-ish. There he is. I think Snowman Eater. I think he's great. And we'll play 1 Caius. Snowman Eater's a water, and it's a debris target. And it's good against Blackwings. And it gives you fodder for your Caius. And it's a good loopable card with Drill Warrior. Seems easy enough to me. I like Snowman Eater here. That also frees up your extra deck. Now we do have this Mally. What do we do with the Mally? Sack for Caius. Pitch it to Drill. I don't know. I don't know what we do with the Mally. I don't know. Maybe we just cut it. I don't know. Let's leave it for now. It's not a bad discard to quick draw. Okay. What would you rather this Mally be in this hand? Now this hand would have been double Diva, by the way. But we got double Snowman, which is a little bit better. What would we rather this Malicious be? Prodigy Caius, Treeborn, Dark Simorgh. All of those are options. I don't really want to banish the Stratos, though. Because I want to get it back with Drill. This is like a Drill spam deck. I'm thinking we just fucking add a Dust Tornado to the main. Just to make sure the Drill keeps... Oh, no, not Dust Tornado. Sorry, Typhoon. We're not playing Typhoon. We need to make sure Drill goes through. And... let's add another back row. Like a good one. Like a third Legacy, maybe? No, hold up. We're missing something here. We're missing a key back row. We have a 49th. We have a 40th card issue here. We have a 40th card issue. I really like this deck so far. I really like the concepts here. And the ideas we have brewing. But I think the deck needs a 40th card. I think Legacy. You really want to see Quick Draw Dandelion. Yeah, this looks kind of gas. This actually looks super fun. Hold up. What side would you choose if I were to enter a tournament with Chaos Fairy? Submit your Chaos Fairy deck list, and I will tell you. But today we are doing Deck Doctor, and we are working on Nab's deck right now. Alright, a little bit awkward. But, man, Ocean is such a brick. hand's still good, though. This hand's, it's fine. It's a fine hand. Stratos. Never lucky. SMH. Okay. Do we want a fourth way to Stratos? Is that something we want? Probably not. This hand is also awkward. Hayden, I've looked at 2 of your decks. It is too late for you now. Man. I mean, this hand is fine. This hand is just fine. But the debris doesn't work with the hero stuff. There's like a disconnect. There's always this disconnect with alias decks where it's like you draw the wrong half of your deck. You know, we have yet to draw a quick draw and we're playing 3. Which is crazy. But in this hand we have the Legacy and the Stratos, which gets us to thin our deck a little bit. Stratos search alias. Prodigy works with debris. Prodigy does work with debris. Barely. Yeah, we can do Prodigy. Alias is just Gemini Elf. I like Gemini Elf, though. I think Gemini Elf is pretty good. You think the monster count is too low now? You're right. Let's cut Legacy for Evil Hero. Now we have 24 monsters. Right? Wait, hold up. How many monsters do we have? We have 19. I'm not really counting the quick draws, though. So that's 16. And then 17, 18. Future Fusion is 19. Miracle Fusion is 20, 21. Call of the Hunter is 22. 22 monsters. Okay, we added the evil guy so we can connect the 2 engines. You just got back. You don't know if I answered? Answered. Challenge. No, I don't fucking know, man. Just don't lose. If you're in a tournament, don't ever be in a situation where you have to depend on your breakers. That would be my advice. This is one of those hands that is too few monsters, but this is the hand. These are all cards you were playing before. You're X1. Oh, then you're fine. You just top, right? If you're 7-1, you just top, right? I don't think it matters. Ask the tournament organizers, Duck Murderer. I think they will be able to help you. More than I will. I don't like challenge. I don't like online tournaments in general. I think they're fucking headache. I wouldn't. They do last round, top round 8 tomorrow. Oh, then just win your next round. This hand looks good. The ocean is consistently not the vibe. Every time I draw ocean, I wish it was a different card. That's where I'm at. Diva ended up being slightly better. She tried it with Gilman too, and the extra got too cloggy. Yeah, the extra seems messy. Here's what I think. And I know that this is like kind of crazy. I think you just cut ocean entirely. And then I think you play another copy of Stratos. That's it. I just think you cut ocean entirely. Card seems ass. Every time when I was playing Quick Draw Hero, every time I drew ocean, I never wanted it in my hand. Dude, this hand is gorgeous. Oh, this looks so good. This looks fucking nasty. Okay, next hand. What about plasma? No, get that shit out of here. No plasma. Okay, we have finally bricked on Quick Draw. It's finally happened. But even this is fine. Like, we could pitch it, sack for Kaya. Like, fine. But we need Dandy. Damn. Okay, how long do we have to wait to hit Dandy? Fuck. It's so over. with no Lone Fire. There's only the 2 Dandies and the Sangan. And Future Fusion and Foolish. Okay, there's 6 copies. But should there be more? Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, hold up. Hear me out. I'm actually cooking. I'm actually cooking right now. Cut one of these. Gold Sark. I'm actually cooking right now. Cut a quick draw. Double Gold Sark. I'm actually cooking. This deck is gas, dude. This deck is gas. Oh my gosh. Ever since I added the Gold Sarks, this deck has become perfect. What has happened? It's because I added the Gold Sarks. Holy shit. Look at this deck. Watch me mill Dandy right now. Fuck. Okay, whatever. I have Torrential Card Trooper. That's pretty strong, right? I draw a card. I draw for turn. How did we not mill a hero or a dandy or draw a hero or draw a dandy? I don't know, but it's still fine. We still have time, right? We still have Snowman Eater who buys you hella time. Draw for turn is Alias. Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking. We could pitch Alias special quick draw. Normal Prodigy. Synchro into Nitro Warrior. Bet you guys weren't expecting this play. Watch this. Miracle Fusion. Make Gaia to pump the Nitro Warrior. Attack for game. GG. Okay, this deck is cool. This deck is fucking cool. This deck is really fucking cool. Yeah, oh, wait. Gold Sark's cooking here. Alright, chat. What do you Gold Sark for here? What do you Gold Sark for? Alright, let's activate it. Let's activate it. What is this hand Gold Sark for? We could get Future Fusion. We could get E-Call. We could get Miracle Fusion. We could get Heavy Storm. Well, Heavy Storm doesn't make a lot of sense. We have a lot of back row. You get Brain Control. Oh, there's so many good Gold Sark targets in this deck. There's actually so many. I like this deck. Holy shit. This is cool. This main deck seems really cool. This seems fun. Future Fusion works the most. Yeah, Future Fusion is probably the get here. Huh. Okay. Next turn, what do we draw? Quick draw. Future Fusion gets us the Dandy, so that's pretty good. Alright, sick. Wow, that's sick. This deck is sick. I like this a lot. Okay, sideboard. Your concern is quick draw is kind of dead without Dandy access. Okay. So. Look at this. Okay, hold up. This deck is cream as hell. Yeah, this seems really good. Okay, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ways to get to Dandy. And then Card Trooper potentially can get us to Dandy. So 8 ways. And then Legacy can dig us towards it. So we have 7. Okay, let's say we're playing a 38 card deck because of the Legacies, right? So let's go, is it the draw odds? Let's do some draw odds. Let's say the deck size is 38 because of the Legacies. Copies ran is 7. Cards drawn in hand is 6. Odds to have 1 is about 73% to have greater than or equal to 1. So only in about 1 out of 4 hands you're not going to have Dandy in your opening hand. And that's just opening hand. Now let's say we cut the, if we cut the Legacies and we go up to 40 cards, but we add Lone Fires, like, which is what you're saying to do. Copies ran will be 9. Cards drawn will be 6. It makes it 80%. We could do that to make it even more consistent. But I think Legacy is a better card. And I also think this deck is definitely capable. 37 because of E-Call. E-Call doesn't get you to Dandy. What? E-Call doesn't get you to Dandy. Are you saying E-Call makes your deck less cards? Because it doesn't. It doesn't make your opening hand, like, it doesn't draw you cards in your opening hand, I guess. But yeah, I guess yeah, you could make the argument that E-Call thins your deck 2 cards, and then you would have less cards. But it could be comparable to Legacy, because Legacy, it's not gonna be actionable until the second turn anyway. I get what you're saying, Miles. Okay, I think that this is fine. I think this is fine too, because like Legacy, like this deck doesn't. It has 2 quick draws. Oscar says, I've been your favorite YouTuber this year. Oh, that's really sweet, Oscar. Thank you so much. I hope your night is going well. I really appreciate that. Very, very kind. No, but it thins the same way Legacy does. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So let's be done siding, right? Yeah, the Gold Sarks look good. They look good. They look really good. I think they look like they work in this deck. They flow really well in this deck. Because you can just kind of get whatever you need to win. One thing I like about this deck, too, is, like, you don't get fucked up by deck dev that badly. Like, okay, deck dev hits you for 2 here, but, like, whatever. You still got Alias, bunch of back row gores. Like, you still have a pretty strong plan post-deck dev, which is nice. Okay, let's go fix the sideboard. So the sideboard is where we're cooking. The sideboard is where things develop. So, definitely your favorite and only Edison YouTuber you watch. 2 dedicated to the format. Thanks. I appreciate that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tucson. I hope you are enjoying the stream tonight. That's really kind. No, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love. So we have Cyber Dragons, DD Crows, Kaiku, Thunder King, Vanity, Pulling the Rug, Shadow Mirror, and Trap Zone. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually think Pulling the Rug is quite bad right now. I think it's the worst it's ever been. I think this deck can get away with playing Mask of Restrict for frogs. Good morning from Italy. Good morning, Matteo. How are you doing? I think you can get away with Mask of Restrict. I think cut Shadow Mirror down a bit. We might go back to the Shadow Mirrors, but let's just figure out the vibes first. Thunder King. What is Thunder King for? It's for Black Wings, Dragon Turbo. Is that it? Our deck already kind of has a Thunder King guy in Alias. I think we'll go more DD Crow angle. Because we already have a lot of normal summons. And Thunder King kind of conflicts with our E-Call and Rhoda and Stratos. So I don't want to be in an awkward situation. I mean, Thunder King is really good. It's good versus Lightsworns, right? I think we should max Crow. We can play Mask of Restrict because we're not playing Lone Fire, Titanial, or Caius. So we can actually play a card that just destroys frogs. How do we destroy Vayu Turbo? Thunder King isn't very good versus Vayu Turbo. Crow's pretty good versus Vayu Turbo. Vanity is interesting versus Vayu Turbo. How do we destroy Vayu Turbo with this deck? Maybe we have too much for frogs here. Maybe we don't need vanities either. I think you have Skill Drain. You could go Stardust Drain. Problem is Skill Drain gets, like, if you have to flip it early, you can only ever flip it once you're already established. You have Sim for value matchup. Yeah. I'm thinking Dust Tornado, actually, is something I want. I like Dust Tornado more than I like Trap Stun here. I like 3 Dust Tornado. Minecon, Raikou, or Kaiku. You could play Nobleman if you care about Raikou with this deck. I don't think this deck cares too much about Raikou, though. Iron Wall with Drill Warrior? And Miracle Fusion? And Gold Sark? And DD Warrior Lady? And Caius? And 2 Bottomless? And 2 D Prison? And 3 DD Crow? And Kaiku? What? No, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Shit. Old reliable, baby. Old reliable. Yeah, Shadow Mirror is compulsory on the table. Is compulsory on the table? Dude, this deck looks fucking sick, Nab. Oh, you cooked, man. Won't the miracles be dead too often? Says Joshua S. We have Miracle Fusion, Double Gold Sark, Ecall, Rhoda, Stratos, Foolish Burial. We have 4 heroes, plus Sangan to get a hero, plus Card Trooper to mill the heroes. No. I think Miracle Fusion is going to be just fine in this deck. Mateo says, have space for a deck? Yes, we do have some space for some of the decks. We have one deck in the queue right now, but I'm working on this one. The heroes aren't an issue. You need either Snowman or Dandy. Okay. So once again, we have 2 Gold Sarks, Future Fusion, Foolish Burial, Sangan, Card Trooper to mill, Legacy to draw into them. And then on top of that, there's 4 of those. It's probably fine. Am I going to Gold Sark a Snowman Eater, though? No, but I could Gold Sark, like, Future Fusion. I see myself Gold Sarking Future Fusion very often with this deck, actually. I could definitely see that. Yeah. The one thing you could change is you could, like, cut Warrior Lady for a Snowman Eater, but I like Warrior Lady here. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, you could cut Warrior Lady for another Snowman Eater if you're, like, really concerned. I just like Warrior Lady more than I like the 3rd Snowman Eater. Because, like, I'd rather draw a Warrior Lady and a Snowman Eater than draw 2 Snowman Eaters. Type shit. Say a Shadow Mirror for the Bayou matchup. Shadow Mirror cuts off our Sangan and our Caius, but nothing else. I don't really know if I like the Floodgate angle against Vayu with Shadow Mirror, because they just Raikou pop this, don't they? And they're also going to be bringing in, like, Dust Tornadoes versus us, aren't they? I just like bringing in Dust Tornado versus Vayu and, like, the Grave Hate shit, and then you probably are fine. But what do we have for Blackwings? We have nothing for Blackwings, right? But do we just beat Blackwings? I don't know. Maybe we play, like, Sirocco. Sirocco is, like, kind of a catch-all play. I think this deck probably has a great Blackwing matchup, if I had to guess. Although game 1 we're kind of light on oppression outs, and we kind of do get fucked by oppression. So deck wins hard against Blackwings in your testing. Yeah, the only thing I would say is, like, there's a way we could fit one of these Dust Tornadoes in the main. That would be ideal. But yeah, I think it should be okay versus Blackwings. I'm not sure. Gold Sark's pretty bad against Blackwings because it's, like, slow and shit. In theory, it should be very good versus Blackwings because you just have, like, some good cards, some good back row. But Blackwings is such a powerful deck. And Gold Sark is really weak versus Blackwings. So adding these definitely makes your Blackwing matchup worse. I see that for sure. Is that, like, Consecrated? Shit. Is there a better way to defend this? I know you had Trap Stuns earlier, but I don't know. Maybe we do a Trap Stun over a Dust Tornado to defend the Consecrated. Is this a deck that wants to do Cyber Drain? Yeah, probably. Maybe just one Consecrated, just a random one of. This is tough, man. Consecrated seems good. I think Consecrated could be the vibe. What are we up to today, says Arce. Today is Deck Doctor. Is this crazy? You just go Mask Consecrated versus Blackwings and you say, good luck, have fun. What about Trap Stuns for DDV? Just side in Mask. and you go Mask, Consecrated, and they can't Icarus or DDV your Consecrated. I've cooked. You're welcome. Just be careful of Dyna. And Heavy Storm, of course. And Brain Control. I mean, you have to dodge so many things just to make Consecrated work versus Black Wings anyway. But it's like one of your best tools. And one thing that I like about siding all these 1-stars is that they make your quick draw like live. Let's take it for a spin. Okay. Let's just at least see how we would side against Black Wings. Okay, this hand's great. Whatever. Hand's insane. Go to siding. We're like, alright, Black Wings. Gold Star comes out. Dust Shoot comes out. Probably Legacy comes out. And then we bring in triple Consecrated, double Dust Tornado. And then we want to bring in Mask, don't we, against Black Wings and just preemptively flip it. Solemn comes out? Does it? I think Solemn's pretty good with Consecrated. But I could be wrong. I think Solemn as a way to defend Consecrated is good. When you don't have Consecrated, I understand wanting to cut it, though, for sure. I know some people like to cut, like, Sanguine and Card Trooper versus Black Wings as well. And since we are siding in the Consecrated, I would like to side out Sanguine. But Sanguine's a way to get Consecrated, so I don't know. But we could argue siding him out for a Mask. Side out Caius for a Mask. Now we're really Monster Light. We're like really leaning into these Consecrateds. Okay. What does this look like? How do we draw? Interesting. Mask is still kind of awkward against Black Wings. It should have Icarus and Deck Dev, but they don't really tribute summon, so it might not be good enough. Yeah, I feel like Trap Summon would be better. Yeah, but we have to have Mask for Frog. So do we do Trap Summon instead of Dust Tornado? I like Dust Tornado better. Do we side Cyber Dragon in this deck? Probably, right? What if we don't do a Consecrated angle? Or what if we have Consecrated, but it's just like a 1-up? Do you need 3 Crows? I like 3 Crows in this deck. Yes, I like it, but that's just me. What if we went 1 Consecrated? You like Trap Some for Glads? Okay. Cool. Someone said 3 Crows go. What if we want 1 Cyber Dragon? No, 2 Cyber Dragons is good for Glads. It's also good for machines. Let's go 2 Crows and we'll go 2 Consecrated. Would you rather have 2 Crows or 2 Masks? I feel like 3 Masks is pretty good. It just says, like, we're not going to lose to Frogs. One Kaiku is also fine. What do we have for Light? We have nothing for Lightsworn if we cut the Kaikus. We have, like, nothing for Lightsworn. And Lightsworn seems like a terrible matchup. That seems like a really bad matchup. Absolute Zero helps a little bit, but yeah, it just seems like a bad matchup. The only card that I'm like not sold on 100% is like Mask Restrict. Triple Mask. We could go double Mask. Just 2 ofs, all 2 ofs, and then 1 more Crow. I really do like 3 Crows. I think in this style of deck, Crow is like one of the best cards. Cause like you'll go like normal Stratos, and your opponent will be like looking at their Greffer, and they're like, okay, Greffer, pitch value, and then you Crow them, and then you kill the Greffer, and then you're just up. Or they'll go like Armageddon, send Plague, stack for Plague, you Crow the Plague, you win. It stops a lot of like decks like comeback plays against your beaters. So I really like Crow there. You can Crow Fortress. Obviously not when they try to summon it, but you can just get it. And then once you banish all the fortresses, like between the Crows, the Warrior Lady, you can banish Fortress pretty easily. Deep Prison Bottomless as well. It'll give you a much easier Machina matchup. Do Minecon or Mole? Mole I like when your deck sucks into Raikou, but this deck looks like it's great into Raikou. You have Sanguine Trooper, double Dandelion to poke Raikous. You've got Evil Guy Caius. You've got Stratos to poke Raikous. You've got Rhoda E-Call to poke Raikous. I think you're fine into Raikou. Mole is just... The deck is very normal summon heavy already. Like, look at all... Like, Stratos Alias is going to be a big part of your normal summon. Like, you have 6 normal summons there. And then this entire top row, except for Gores, is normal summons. So, you're pretty normal summon heavy. Like, let's say... Like, if this is your normal summon count, you've got 14, which is, like, the max you want. I guess Evil Guy's not a normal summon, right? So 13, but then 14, 15 with Rhoda Eco. It's like the maximum number that you want. I don't know, maybe you could do Mole. Mole's pretty nasty. What would you cut for Mole? I just think having 3 crows is good. I would honestly go on the side of 3 crows. That's like what I would do. I would just start like this. This deck is gas. This deck is so sick. What the fuck? I'm gonna build this deck for sure. Pops, Phase Legacy. You don't even need to end phase it. Legacy again, draw. No hero. Huh. Maybe it's set Dandy, make him act. It's got a really cool defensive nature to it. You're not sold on Evil Guy? I am. It unlocks Caius and Debris Dragon from the hero package. I think it's better than Ocean. But it's for sure better than Ocean. And we're either playing Ocean or Evil Guy in that slot, and I think Evil Guy's the right pick for that slot. Like, look at this hand. If we had Ocean in our deck, that'd be ass. But this guy searches Evil Guy. Now even if the Stratos dies, we have Evil Guy Caius follow-up. And we have Call to bring back Stratos. So, like, we would have this set up. And we can go, like, special Evil Guy, Call, special Stratos, pop a back row even, sack for Caius, banish a monster, fucking boom, 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 boom. Hella pluses with Solemn backup. This seems disgusting. The Evil Guy seems great. I don't know. Whoever suggested it earlier, I think it was, who suggested it? Was it Duck? Oh, who suggested it? Slash West, yeah, I think suggested it. I don't remember who suggested it, but seems good. Without Caius, though, okay. If you draw it without Caius, then at least you can synchro with it. Right? With Quick Draw or Debris. That's kind of the point. So we got another message. Who's it from? Mewtwo. Alright. Nab, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to build this deck in paper. And this is fucking gas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for submitting this. Only when you do the one Caius, though. I mean, there's 2 Quick Draw, 2 Debris, right? Like, there's 5 payoffs. You could draw with it. Thank you for looking at it. Even, like, you can turn it into a Typhoon with Stratos, which isn't bad. My internet is just crashing right now for no reason. Fuck it. God damn it. Oh, this is sick. I've always liked the concept of, like, an Alias Quick Draw deck. But I've never successfully put it together because I always wanted to play, like, too much cute stuff. But I like this list a lot because it just kind of focuses on what's important, which is, like, spamming the Stratos pluses and shit. Oh, I love Dueling Book, dude. Such a good platform. This is a link someone sent me. Alright. Let's take a look at these other decks. This was a Machina deck submitted by don't know who. Yeah, it looks good. I don't know what to say. It looks like a Machina deck. I like it. It looks good. I like the Sorcerer, Kaiku Tech. Seems good. Triple Kaya seems good. Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady or Second Hamster. I'd probably go second Hamster instead of Warrior Lady, or second Cyber Dragon. Depending on how you think your luck is with coin flips. But with triple Caius, I really do like double Hamster. That being said, how many normal summons you got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, you got the 14, 15 with charge. You get the right amount. Yeah, the deck looks good. The one thing I'd say is I don't really love pulling the rug right now, but in Machina specifically, pulling the rug is good. Because you just need one turn and then you deal 4,000 twice. So specifically, you can get some crazy cheeky wins with pulling the rug. Plus, you can't really afford to play Mask of Restrict with triple Caius, so that would be the thing. I would say, and you can't really side the Caiuses out because you need the Darks for Chaos Sorcerer. So, yeah, deck looks good. The only thing I'd say is, like, consider your options with the DD Warrior Lady being the second Hamster. 2 Hamster with 3 Caius usually is good. Gives you a lot of stuff to do there. This is the last deck that was submitted. It is... Is it loading? I don't even know. I can't even tell. Oh, it is. Okay, you're missing 5 sideboard cards. This is Lad Zombies. Debris Zombies with Lad. Okay, for starters, Cut Swords of Revealing Light doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't really work well with Lad, and doesn't really work well with Pyramid Turtle. You want them to attack you, right? That's kind of the goal. You can probably cut a Zombie Master. It's tutorable. You don't really need to. Probably want 3 Book of Life, just so you can set up the Lad play, because that's kind of the whole goal here. I actually think you want more ways to destroy your opponent's monsters. I'd say Regeki Break is up there. Just so you can get something in the graveyard for Book of Life. So I'd say triple Book of Life, easily max that out. Return from the Different Dimension is one of the best cards in Zombies. I wouldn't leave home without it. But the concept is cool. So let's take a look at how it draws. I do like the idea of Lad in Zombies. But that being said, like, if you have 2 monsters in play with zombies, shouldn't you just win? Also, I don't love sacrificing Goblin Zombie for Lad, because then you force your Lad to negate your own Goblin Zombie. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't love that. What if we did instant fusion? Okay. I got the concept down. Here's the concept. Who's messaging me? What is happening? AVR? Is this the message? Yeah, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You can't bottomless your own monster. Fame, man. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. Here's what I'm thinking. Cut Starlight Road, cut Swords of Revealing Light, cut a Book of Moon, cut the Cyber Dragons to the side, add a Book of Life. Oh, cut the second Zombie Master as well. Add a Book of Life, add a 3rd Lad, add Gores to the main. So Gores is an instant Lad. Cut a Debris Dragon probably. Get a Card Trooper in here. I would like to see Card Trooper in here. Cut the Avarice. Doesn't make a lot of sense to play Avarice here. Dark Arm Dragon is a must in any zombie deck. Play Return. It's also a must. Yeah, so Dark Armed Return for sure, both of those cards. 3rd Book of Life. Regeki Breaks, some capacity of that, just to pop things and get your Book of Life live. Instant Fusion, that's what I was going to say. So we go Instant Fusion, Reaper on the Nightmare, and you just play triple Instant Fusion as well. And then triple instant, triple Book of Life, and it gets your Lads live. That sounds gas. And then when Lad dies, you bring back Reaper on the Nightmare and you rip their last few cards. That's fucking disgusting. Okay. So, let me cook. Hold on, let me cook. Lad, Zombie, Deck Doctor. Okay. So, Light and Darkness. This is the point of your deck, right? You spam this guy. I'll just get a couple Caiuses in here too. Instant Fusion. Book of Life. Brain Control. Honestly, this deck could play fucking Soul Exchange, but we'll get into that later. Pyramid Turtle. Plague, Mizuki, Goblin, Zombie Master, Spirit Reaper. Dark Arms, Return, probably Call. Core. I like this core. What else was it? Bottom was Deep Prison stuff. Fuck that. We're playing Compulsory. Compulsory, Mirror Force. Touch to Shoot. Maybe. Storm. Fucking. Why are there so many cards with the word Storm in the title? Typhoon. Thanks for the feedback on the Machine Chaos list, even though it was a very standard list. Yeah, I mean, there's like, if you want to play a list that looks like the ×2 list, yeah. Standard is funny. It's a funny phrasing because, like, standard is like, it exists because something has had success. But a year ago, that would have been a very not standard list. However, lists like that have had success since a year ago. So, is it now the standard because it's had success? How does that work? That to me is interesting. But this looks gas. Soul Exchange maybe even. Couple of these bad boys. Just fucking Foolish. I like Foolish a lot in Zombies. I think it's like one of the best cards. It's basically like just Monster Reborn because of Mizuki. What else was in this deck? The Dandelion? He was playing Cyber Dragons too. Fuck it. Go off. Play those too. I don't know. Cyber Dragon. Rigeki Break. Oh shit. How does this draw? This might be really clunky, but... Oh, I wanted Gores. That's right. Gores over Cyber Dragon. Maybe Dandy is not a vibe. Maybe it's just 2 Cyber Dragons. Okay. Let's see how this draws. This might not be super consistent, but... This is how I would start with it. Just like maximizing the stuff that I want to be doing. Alright, sick. This hand fucks. It's just fucking Goblin Zombie, Book of Life Caius type shit. Goblin Zombie dies. Search probably. Zombie Master. Off return is Soul Exchange. Oh, that's pretty nasty too. Alright. Reset that deck. Bro, this deck is gross. Zombie Lad. It's a lot of... There's a lot of steps to get the Lad into play, but once you get it into play, it seems pretty good. This is what I'd do. This is where I'd start. The question is this better than just playing like E-Telly? And the answer is probably not. So... But maybe it is. I just think E-Telly might be more proactive and more of a way to win. So I don't know if this is objectively better, but if you have some nice retro pack lads and you like zombies because it's your favorite deck, you can maybe piece something together that looks really cool like this. Like if you have Secret Dad, Secret Goblins, Secret Lad, Secret Mizuki, you could like Secret Rare the fuck out of this deck and it would look kind of clean. So, yeah, thank you for submitting. That was a pretty cool one. All right, next deck. Diva Hero with Dandelions. No quick draw. Okay. The biggest draw for Dandelion is Arm Colossal, and you don't have Armory Arm in your extra deck. So, yes, that is what we're doing, Deterpager. Yes. You don't have Armory Arm in your extra deck. So, and honestly, you should have Armory Arm in your extra deck no matter, like, the Arm Colossal OTK comes up so much with Evil Guy and Diva. Like, it comes up so much. Like, it actually comes up, like, way more than you'd think. Like, there are so many games where you're just like, okay, Heavy Storm, Special Evil Guy, Normal Diva, Banish Malicious, Arm Colossal, GG. Like, that shit just, like, happens, like, it happens a ton. So now that it's even easier to do it, you absolutely need Armory Arm. Do you need Mistworm? Do you really need Mistworm? Like, when was the last time you summoned Mistworm? Feel me? I would just... Yeah. I don't know about the debris stuff. I don't know what the debris is really adding. Chicken Wing says fix Amaryllis, please. Just go watch my last Amaryllis video. Other than that, this deck looks like a Diva Hero deck, but with a random Debris Dragon. So I don't know. Debris Dragon, once again, compounding a weakness that this deck has to Pulling the Rug. But Pulling the Rug is kind of out of favor, so I don't know if it matters that much. Because Pulling the Rug is not very good versus the current Frog builds, and that's usually what people cite it for. People are more on Mask of Restrict right now than Pulling the Rug, so... yeah. Alright, gents. I need to eat dinner. It's 1:30 a.m. I have a massive headache. It's been a blast, but thank you guys for tuning in. I want to close this with a little bit of a screen on Nab's Quick Draw Hero list, because this was probably my favorite deck from all the submissions tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to smash like on the stream if you enjoyed the Deck Doctor sessions. And thank you guys for all your support and stuff. If you're playing in Deck Devastators, good luck. And I'll see you guys in the next video.